Here he is, the coach, Geno DeMarco. And I kind of caught a little bit of his meeting that is ongoing as we speak, getting ready for Teal. Saturday night, be here, 7 o'clock kickoff. So I'm reading over the stats, notes, Carnegie Mellon. Close game, got away from you in the fourth, some key turnovers. Let's talk about that loss. And how do you rally the troops after you do so well against a powerhouse and then let it slip away late in that football game?
Well, I mean, the game's 4 quarters, so we just got to learn how to, whenever that emotional and mistakes happen and you get the momentum, Mo took a turn and it wasn't for us. And with a young team, you got to be able to know how to stop that. And I told our guys that we're going to learn from it because it's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll be in a similar situation. And somebody has to make a play. Somebody has to be able to turn the tide of the game, because that was an onslaught within those. Truthfully, it was 7 minutes of really, really bad stuff.
Let me just say this about Geneva, and I've been here for about, half hour or so while Coach was in a meeting, gracious enough to jump out, and he's going to head right back in. There are a lot of sports at this school. I mean, I'm walking up and down the hallways here. I mean, you've got volleyball, men and women's volleyball. You've got soccer. You've got softball. You've got baseball. You've got basketball, women and men's basketball. This is an awesome school.
Yeah. The only thing about that is you can only play, you can only play one in the fall. You can only play one in the. It's not the day where you're going to have somebody play like 3 sports in college.
Right.
It isn't even getting away from playing 2 sports because it's such a year-round thing. It really is.
Listen, place of faith for sure. I've been coming here for, 30, 35 years, back during Coach Sullivan's days. It's Cal Hubbard, dude. Pro football and baseball Hall of Fame. 1926.
Baseball he got in as an umpire. You know how many recruits over the years we've gotten because Cal Hubbard is not only in the NFL Hall of Fame, he was named to the NFL All 100 team. But do you know how many recruits we've gotten because of Cal Hubbard being in the NFL Hall of Fame?
That's pretty special.
None.
Well, they need to do their history. They need to read their history.
Nobody was around in 1927. Six.
My dad was.
He was a heck of a coach too, man. I'll tell you.
But here's the thing. I love the fact that you're playing these powerhouses, and I know it's tough on you. And if you don't have an ulcer, you're working on one. But now you got Teal. This is a Saturday night game. Teal felt the wrath of Carnegie Mellon too. So now you got a chance to reset everything. And Romano is practicing, from what I hear, the quarterback. So that's good news.
He is.
So it's time to turn the page and let's get going here Saturday night. No better place to be than Reeves Stadium. I may even come over.
You should.
I might.
No, you should.
Can I be on the sideline?
You still have to, yes. You still have to execute. You still have to win the game. Like,
I know.
Because Teal is I'm telling you, he's saying the same thing to his kids that we're saying to our kids. The Carnegie Mellon game, they shut him out in the second half. W&J, they played pretty good defense against W&J. I mean, it's like going into a boxing ring. I mean, come on.
I know.
You got to go down and you're going to keep your hands down. I mean, come on,
You're not Muhammad Ali. You don't have that kind of defense.
Come on, yeah.
I know.
How can you even go into the arena of competition? I mean, because who are we?
Well, I know one thing. It's all about character. It's about rising to the occasion. And I would love to see that happen Saturday. And I truly think if you've not been here in a while for a game under the lights on a Saturday night, it's absolutely spectacular. This is a great campus. A lot of wonderful things to see and experience over here. But what about your coaching staff? So you're back there, and I was only in there for a couple of moments, and I really had to get some courage to go in there because it was getting late and I have to go to New Brighton. So I was in there for just a few minutes, and he was drawing up some plays and talking, and Tommy Contenta in there in New Brighton, grabbed him, just listening. What do you expect of your coaches now when you come off of these 2 losses? I mean, you're the head coach, but you're also the guy that has to direct these coordinators too.
It's nothing. It's we're making our kids work as hard as they possibly can work. I mean, there is no stone left unturned, and that's a practice. I mean, you don't win on game day. You win because of the investment that you make throughout the week and in the off season. And we got a lot of young guys who haven't been through a college off season. That's a big deal. Can't do anything about it, but we can make them play as hard as they possibly can by conditioning them during the week. It's make the investment during the week, you know, and then go take the money out of the bank on Saturday night.
A couple of things that came up this week in football talk that I want to talk to you about, and then we'll let you get back to your meeting, and I'm off to New Brighton. Also going to be talking to Coach Rouse of Beaver, busy day, Gene Matsuk of Rochester, so we just never stop, full throttle. Much more to come throughout the day. Lawrence Taylor, arguably the greatest defensive player in the history, played for Bill Belichick when he was defense coordinator for the Mara family and the Giants. And they were talking about how Lawrence Taylor went full throttle at practice too. He believed that you always have to just play your best. How do you feel about practice in today's game as opposed to when you were playing? And now they're talking about, you know, Bryce Young, maybe one of the reasons why he couldn't get it done, and he's been benched now in Carolina because he didn't do very much in the preseason, just one series. What's your thoughts about that?
It's a real balance between being able to get the physicality that you need in to play the game of football and not breaking all your toys, not causing injuries and leaving your season in football camp. One of the things that I would say is there's got to be a period during the week when you got to shut it down and recharge for Saturday, or as you were talking about, Taylor, for Sunday. But I think that's a mindset. I think teams that practice hard, I still believe in that old school philosophy that if you make practice tougher than the game, then the guys start playing with confidence. Our whole thing right now is going back to that very basic foundation of we only have so much time with these guys.
Right.
We're competing against time. That's who we're competing against. We're not competing against steel. We're competing against time. And we only have so much time during the week. And we got to make sure that we're on that field, that everything that we're doing is precise. I mean, it is just that we're communicating in an obnoxious fashion. I mean, it is nothing more than just, it's an active learning process. And anything on the field that takes place that's not active, and that's I'm the one that is responsible for that.
Ultimately.
Yep.
All right, a couple of other things. So Tua gets another concussion. And he's in concussion protocol, he's on the injured reserve, he's out for many weeks. There's a debate about whether or not he should play his career. Guardian helmets, I've even noticed in the even smaller schools. I was at Rochester last year, they have them, and they're a 1A school. And there's some thoughts about bringing them actually to the game itself. Where are we today with concussion protocol, in your opinion? Are we doing enough? I've had this conversation with Pat DeMarco from the Allegheny Health Network many times. We were talking about it, Greg Diolis on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday this past week. I came in basically from the field level. So you got a great training staff here. You got a lot of things going on here, stuff that I had forgotten about. I had a little bit of time to see all the things you're doing here. You've got great relationships with people in healthcare, and that is a big topic. So your thoughts about concussions in the game of football?
Well, the concussion thing, I mean, it's for real. You can't just say, well, back in our day, that doesn't work.
Right.
It's not our day, and players, the collisions are worse. The helmets are much, much better. The Guardian caps, when we decided to go to this triple option offense, I was actually at Georgia Tech, and they were only their second year as a company making it. And the reason I got them at a D3 program was because Tech got them at a D1 program, because what we do offensively is so physical. And the Guardian cap to me was like, I think we should wear them.
In the game?
Oh, absolutely. I do, I really do. And there's no excuse. Now, there's some politics involved with it, liability issues and everything else, but helmet manufacturers sometimes won't guarantee their product if you put the Guardian cap, because they haven't done enough research with it. I will tell you this, that Guardian caps during practice has cut our concussions down by 75%.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
it doesn't look good, but I'm telling you.
I think it looks good.
It doesn't, I
It's
mean,
a helmet, man.
now they got, what the right tackle for the Steelers have going on, I mean, it's your head. I mean, seriously, and what's going on right now,
You need it.
if Tua plays, and he's not in one of those Guardian caps, then they must have like some space.
I think that's the only way he should be allowed to come back.
They have some space age, like, helmet that they put him in, but you can't play football today without having a conditioning staff, a training staff, a nutrition staff, a staff to find out what the mental state of the team is. I'm telling you, it has gone to that level.
All right, you're a high school coach, Larry Matrazo, my kid's grandfather, just had a birthday.
Yeah.
So I want to wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Traz.
What was he like as a coach in practice?
Traz was like he was as a quarterback. Nothing, He offensively, he knew what he wanted to do.
Who was your quarterback?
Well, we over the years had Jerry Gumpf, Rick Fazell,
Yeah.
and then Jim Holt, and Traz.
Brilliant offensive mind.
Yeah, he was quarter. He had. So what Traz had was the.
Played here.
He played here, but he brought the Beaver Falls mystique with him, but he also brought the toughness because he played at Braddock. So he had it, and that's what being a defensive guy first. I don't know. He would always scream at us because we were just defensive guys.
Hey, how about Tommy Nola's Tyler Boyd? They're naming the football stadium after McClure. It broke yesterday. Do you realize Tommy Nola, who exchanged text messages with yesterday, love the guy. They were 63-1 during Tyler Boyd's
Think about
tenure.
that.
63-1, 4 Whitfield championships, 4 state titles. And this stadium, by the way, speaking of Braddock, U.S. Steel, Mon Valley, got to get that deal done with the Pond Steel, but they're refurbishing the stadium. First time forever, it's built in 1930, and you know who's putting a lot of money in there is U.S. Steel, but Tyler Boyd Stadium, kind of like Tony Dorsett or Dorsett, I think that's kind of cool.
I think it's really cool.
Poe James, Oak Hill Field.
Maybe, whatever, sure.
But do you realize that where we are right now, literally,
Nobody knows who Poe James is now. That's the sad part.
That's a sad part. And at one time, he was the 3rd leading rusher in the nation.
Right.
From New Brighton. Listen, and Joe Willie, of course, look how great he was as a high school player. Now, word on the street, I don't know if this is true or not, and Stevie Higgins and them could answer this down there at the foundation, that Rich Neaballer, the late great Western Beaver coach, was so good that Joe Namath really didn't blossom until he was a senior.
Yeah, Rich played football at Miami. I mean, come on.
Got into a car wreck, obviously couldn't do it, came back, had a phenomenal career at Western Beaver.
I mean, just an amazing, Rich was an amazing man, amazing coach. His son, Kim's doing a great job. It's just, these guys.
He's already got a Whitfield championship.
Yeah, everybody has championships.
Listen,
All right.
you will wake up the echoes once again. You've been there, done that. Good luck, Teal, Saturday night, be here.